Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the relationship of Cancer compatibility. So Cancer is a sign that's very high in emotion. I would argue that Cancer actually is the most emotional sign in the zodiac spectrum. The water signs in general are quite emotionally volatile, but they show it in different ways, which we're going to get into in the future as well. But to give you guys a general idea of what that means is the Cancer person is represented by the moon, which is exalted in Taurus, which is all about relationships, sexuality, and so forth. However, the Cancer shows more and exhibits more of the traits of the emotionality behind things, intimacy, and the need for approval from friends and family. The Scorpio from the water signs is more so about the sexuality, and Pisces shows the water sign element in regards to clairvoyance and psychic abilities. But we'll get into that in the future when I get to Scorpio and of course when I get to Pisces. But today, with Cancer, I want to discuss how Cancers just fall in love and how they deal with that in general. So it's the introduction to a new chapter, guys, so let's get ready. So Cancer is a sign that, like I said, represented by the moon. These people are very, very intuitive. They're very much home-loving. They govern the fourth house, which is all about family and lineage. So these guys get a lot of their traits from their ancestors. These are people that can have a lot of deja vu and can feel that they've already lived the life that they have. So this is they kind of see through the simulation that we live in. When two Cancers get together, it can be a very good thing. In an intimate relationship setting, I'd argue that they are about 75 to 80% compatible. I want to make you guys bear in mind that Mars is debilitated in the Cancer sign, meaning it goes down and starts to get weak. Due to that fact, a lot of the things when it comes to intimate relationships, such as like taking action, being spontaneous, being aggressive, that isn't present between these two, and that's where the weakness lies. If one partner can at least take more initiative and be more action-oriented, then this can definitely work very, very well, and then I'd argue that this can go 80 to 85% compatibility. But on average, I would say 75 to 80 because these guys don't take much initiative. They can intuitively understand each other. From a gut feeling perspective, trust-wise, they definitely get along very, very well. They're able to trust each other, trust what each other says. When it comes to activities, there may not be much. Like I said, Mars is debilitated, so they may not do a lot. And like if you get the average two Cancers together, they'll end up just going to work, coming home, watching the same television, doing the same thing, routine day in, day out, without anything much different, which can in turn lead to boredom. If you guys are able to spice things up a bit by just going to different places, especially when it comes to your sexuality, going to different settings. I'm not saying do like a whole bunch of freaky stuff, going outside, taking risk, getting arrested. What I mean is like going to different hotels, going to different countries, taking vacations. You need to make sure that you're keeping your relationship alive by doing things that you wouldn't normally do in your everyday routine. If your partner is just like you and used to doing everyday routine things, this is where unbalance can be caused because you guys are too much alike, and then that causes the friction instead of traction. When it comes to a business setting between these two, it works very, very well. I'd argue 85 to 90% of the time this can work. Cancers, especially the first deacon ones, are extremely good with money. They're good at budgeting their money. They're good at understanding how business works. And they're very much able to intuitively sense what's going to work and what's not going to work. And they understand the mechanics behind organizations and how they're built. So when you get these two together in a business setting, works phenomenal, works amazing. The only argument I'd have, again, Mars is debilitated. It depends who's going to start the business, right? Who's going to take action, who's going to take charge, and who's going to have the courage when things do not go well. Cancers are notorious for being a bit emotionally volatile, especially being susceptible to environmental influence. So just make sure that you guys are not being too influenced by your external environment, especially if you're going through an economic decline or you're just getting started off on your business and you're just not really seeing the fruits of your labor right away. So I just want to make sure that if you guys are doing a business, make sure that you're seeing the brighter side of things. Make sure you have a clear vision and have a realistic set of goals, interim goals and a final goal that you're going to reach for. Okay. Finally, last but not least, friendship-wise, 90% of the time you guys are going to work. Of course, same zodiac signs typically do. Two water signs, only weakness here emotionally being volatile. Maybe one person's having an off day. Because you guys are both represented by the moon works in cycles and affects Cancers in very similar ways. So if one Cancer's in a bad mood, more than likely the other one will be in a bad mood, and that could be a good and a bad thing. Because for one, you guys will just automatically understand each other and be like, yeah, I get it. You're in a bad mood. I'm not feeling it today either. But that can also lead to some friction if you guys both take the anger out on each other. So just use the emotional cohesiveness that you guys naturally have to your advantage, and you guys will not have any problems whatsoever. This is quite a short video for Cancer, guys, just due to the fact that the two of them together, they work quite well. aside from being able to trust one another, being able to understand each other's emotions, these things all come very naturally to you guys. So just make sure that one person, like I said, of the relationship is at least taking action and bringing things forward and bringing new things into the relationship. As long as one person is doing that, this relationship will work phenomenally. But that would be it for this video, guys. If you have any questions whatsoever, just please leave it in the comments for me. Aside from that, like, subscribe. Holla, me for today, guys. Peace.